Hey guys, before this video starts, you can get a free cinematic sound effects pack in the description below. No strings attached. It's absolutely free. Check it out. It's amazing. My name is Joshua Olufemii, and in this video, we're gonna actually break down a pretty cool lighting setup that I did for the last music video that I shot out in Dallas, Texas. I kind of want to answer a question that I've heard asked a lot. What do you need to do to get that glossy professional look when you are shooting a music video? The most important answer to that is you got to have your lighting right, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. I've talked about this a little bit in past videos. There's other things regarding, you got to make sure that you have an MUA that knows how to do great skin smoothing makeup. It helps to have a VFX artist that's able to do really good digital makeup, which usually just involves tracking a blur effect via an adjustment layer on the person's face to kind of smooth it even more. And also you can use kind of a higher shutter speed to make things look sharper. But in the end, guys, it has to do with the way that you light your talent in the first place. And that's what we're going to cover in this video. So before we start though, of course, I got to talk about my channel sponsor, Envato Elements. It's an incredible subscription service that gives you unlimited downloads to over 100,000 digital products, whether it be stock footage, royalty-free music, sound effects, VFX packs, overlays for Premiere Pro and After Effects motion graphics packs, literally any dope digital product that you can think of that you'd ever want as a video editor, you can get with Envato Elements. And it's only $33 a month. You can get your first month for $9 via the description below. Please check it out. Every subscription really helps the channel, and I'm literally downloading stuff through them like every day. So let's start the video. Alrighty, so guys, as you can see, this is a really cool shot that I actually was able to light and shoot in Dawana's apartment. You can kind of see the light peeking through the top. That's obviously something that we're gonna need to hide in the final edit. You can kind of see, even without the color, we're gonna do some cool color correction at the end, but even doing the raw footage, you can kind of see how the footage pops from the background, him specifically, and there's kind of this glossy professional look that you've come to love when you watch professional music videos. I'm going to talk about the lighting setup. So the first thing that we did, as you can see, is we had to light the background up. We had a back wall, there was a window, and then outside the window was a mini LED spot made by Aperture. And as you can see, that's what basically made any light coming in through the window look completely red. It was kind of a cool surreal look. And then on the inside wall, we had a blue light. Basically used a blue LED stick. It was kind of cool. The blue LED stick we put on one side, and we kind of shot it out at a sharp angle so that it basically made the entire back wall dimly lit blue. We basically kind of piled a bunch of people then in the back as well, you can see. Just a couple of people. And then we're going to draw Dawana. Dawana was the main subject right in the front. Do that. Draw Dawana right there. Cool. And then the next thing that we did is we had to light up Dawana. And the one thing that I really liked is we really wanted to make sure that Dawana was lit brighter than the background, so he would pop out from the background. We wanted him to be lit a different color than the background. And then we also wanted Dawana to be lit really softly. We wanted it to be a soft light that lit up Dawana. So what we did was we actually used a giant 300D Aperture light. It's an LED light that's about the equivalent intensity wise as we're gonna say a 2K halogen. So it's really bright. And then we put the light inside of one of Aperture's light domes. It's basically a big softbox. And we put that light above Dawana, but a little bit in front of him as well. I was like trying to figure out how I was going to draw this, but basically this light is above his head. Dawana is the black circle. The light is the bigger yellow circle. It's above his head, as you can see, but it's a little bit in front of him, shining back at his head from a really high angle. And that gave you this really cool, soft, poppy look. It was a really cool beauty look, I'd call it. And then one thing that you can see is, you can see that there's a little bit of fill kind of in the on the side. So the light, I'm gonna tell you, the light was above and in front, and then a little bit to the side on this side. And so we had to have a little bit of fill to fill in the shadow that was gonna be made on the bottom side of his face on the other side. So what we did was we actually had a little bounce board. It's going to be represented by a little skinny line, and what that essentially did was it just bounced some light, mostly the light from the big softbox light up on top, back to fill in this shadow that was really dark on his face. Lastly, last light we have is actually a light that you can't see, but we actually put a light directly behind him, a hard kind of spot LED light. I think it was the exact same light that we had outside, but it didn't have red gel over it. It was just completely white, and we were trying to use that as a hairline light. I don't know how well it actually worked. It was supposed to basically create like almost a halo of light around his edges. It didn't really quite work that way, but that's kind of the main idea behind most hair lights. It's really important to take lighting into consideration when you're trying to create a really professional foreground pop. One thing that we wanted to make sure too is that he popped out. Not only was he brighter than the background, but we also wanted there to be a lot of color contrast as well. So as you can see, we have a lot of color contrast going between the red to the blue to the talent, which are kind of washed with a mix of kind of white and blue. And then we have the main talent, the main performer, Dawana, who is bathed in completely white soft light so that he completely pops out from the background in a really cool way. That was the idea. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, remember to keep it chill.